Hello, this is the Basketball Soapbox. I'm your host, Daniel Daly, and welcome to Quick Hits, where I give quick reactions around the league. Starting off, we're going to start with the Milwaukee Bucks with their 5-0 start. They won 123 to 115 over the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Um, Giannis playing a great game, 34 points and 17 rebounds with 4 assists. Drew Holiday chipped in with 34 points and 12 assists as well. And this team is just rolling. And basically, I'll just start with Giannis is the man. He's the best player in the NBA to me. He's already having nearly 35 points a game with 14 rebounds, 6 assists, and nearly 2 blocks to start on this young season. And to just see where this guy has come from in terms of his story and things of that nature and his growth as a player and development, and people saying, is he a skills guy or just all athleticism and power? And he trumped that in a video recently saying, hey, it's about consistency. It's about obsession. It's about getting better every day. It's about being a master of your craft. And it's more than skill. It's more than being athletic. It's obsession. It's about being great. And every night this guy does that. If you need a defensive stop, he can do that. If you need a block, if you need a good pass, if you need somebody else to get involved, if you need somebody to stop plays on the boards and offensively and rebounding and scoring at will, getting to the line, willing to take 3-point shots. This guy's willing to do it all. And when you see this Milwaukee Bucks team with him as the leader, it's hard not to fall in line behind him and try to give that effort. That's what these guys do who are that type of leader. They're infectious. It just goes throughout the whole team. And Giannis is the prime example of that, being the best player in the league, being unstoppable, being able to, you can look up every night and just think he's going to get a 2020 game just because he's that active. Just him being simply active trumps any skill, any athleticism, any game plan. Just him being active. Like, teams can't prepare for that. No matter how you bulk up your front line, no matter how much you think 3-point shooting is going to outweigh them on the other end, whatever the case may be, him being active on both sides of the ball makes him the best player in the game. Regardless of whatever you think of his 3-point shooting percentage, his free throw shooting percentage, if he can shoot off the dribble, anything of that nature, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to willing to at least try it and just be dominant at it. And for mid-range, he's able to shoot mid-range. He's willing to shoot the three, even though he's not great at it yet. You can see the growth in his game, the progression in his game. Already a defensive player of the year, already an MVP of the league, a champion, a finals MVP. There's not enough you can say about this guy. But Milwaukee Bucks to do this, to start the season off 5-0, where I thought they wouldn't be able to do that as yet. In terms of winning all these games early on, I thought they would struggle a little bit. But him as that guy, especially after that FIBA injury, he had that injury in FIBA, the World Cup, and you're like, is he going to be 100 to start the season? And of course, the game against Philly earlier in the season, where it looked like he wasn't all there, he wasn't 100%, to muscle that out, get his footing back against Houston, and these over the last couple of games just to continue to roll. Like, that's what he does. He's able to roll, able to be a lead guy, able to be that dynamic physical force for this Bucks team. And it just is, it's infectious to the rest of this team. Moving on, their defense is still there. They're number one in the league in defense, defensive efficiency. They do that. Like, Drew Holiday is a catalyst on the perimeter. He's a fantastic. People have always said that he's one of the most underrated players in the league. But for him to do that, Brook Lopez to do that, they have Javon Carter there, who they got from Phoenix a couple years ago. Just this defense with Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, and Giannis just leading that forefront, the willing to say, hey, our offense has been struggling so far this season, but let's keep this defense going, and that keeps them in games. That keeps them engaged, and it's just like this team, there's no wavering with this team. They know who they are. They've been to the finals. They know last year, yes, Khris Middleton was hurt, but it looks like they're on a mission. And in a season where Philadelphia is struggling, where I thought they were going to be a number one seed, where I think Boston was going to be a third seed, I thought the Milwaukee Bucks would be number two just because of the Khris Middleton injury. But their defense, their ability to play defense, already keeping the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers under 100 points this season. The Brooklyn Nets, who score all the time, get up, excuse me, get up and down all the time, get buckets, score 100 points, were held underneath 100 points that day. Philadelphia 76ers to start the season held underneath 100 points. it's just like it's a never-ending thing with this team where they just up the ante. They know who they are and they're ready to go. But most importantly, to do this without Khris Middleton on the season, I think that's one of the most important things this season is them. They're missing a 20-point scoring and still able to do it, mainly because Giannis is just a freak of nature. But most importantly, Jrue Holiday's chipping in. Bobby Portis off the bench is chipping in. Brook Lopez is chipping in. Grayson Allen. All these guys are getting 10-plus points a game. Bobby Portis getting 14 and Jrue Holiday getting 14, but Giannis is getting 35. So you're wondering, how is this team able to do this with this collective team? Their defense is taking over. But to do this without Khris Middleton, who's a 20-point scorer in this league, and to battle without him for the first couple weeks of the season, this team is going to be prime when he's coming back. You wonder if they're going to keep him out a little bit. Khris Middleton is in the contract here, so that's going to play a factor. But in terms of what this team is going to be, who knows? They can have the best record in the league so far, with Boston having a little hiccup with Robert Williams there. Joel Embiid trying to find his footing in Philly. We don't know what Cleveland's going to be as yet. Chicago, we don't know what's going to be. All these other teams, Toronto, who's struggling offensively to find buckets. You're wondering what the Bucks can do in the Eastern Conference, and it looks like they're going to run away with it. It is early. It is, October heading into November, really early in the season. But these are telling signs. When your team's just able to play defense and lean on that defensive end and then gradually bring the offense along, especially with a leader like Giannis, without Khris Middleton, the East better watch out. The league better watch out. This team is going to be really good. I don't see any slowing down with Giannis, barring injury, hopefully knock on some type of wood. But yeah, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. And Giannis is once again in the driver's seat for league MVP with John Moran, of course. But yeah, he's playing great. He's a marvel to watch every night. And to see this Bucks team just continue to roll, not miss a beat despite missing Khris Middleton, most importantly, is amazing. And the Bucks are awesome.